Now let me welcome onto the field of 68 after dark, UConn center Adama Sanogo, fresh off of an 88-65 win over Arkansas today. Adama, you guys jumped all over him from the tip.
Right.
What happened at the start of the game?
Coming to this game, like for us to win this game, we need to jump them because we know they play hard. They wanted to like punch us first, so we didn't let them do that. So we were like, we can't let these guys like work us out. We can't let them punch us first. We gotta punch them first, and we gotta work them out first. So that was our mindset coming to this game. So since the beginning of the game, we were trying to like make them tired, make them feel like, you guys not going to like tough us out. So that was our mindset coming to the game. Yeah.
Speaking of feeling tired, we just watched you break your fast right here. How are you feeling, man? How do you play like that?
I'm pretty good, I do this for a long time, so I'm used to it now. Yeah, I'm used to it now. This is something that I've been doing for like a long time now, so like I'm used to it. I'm used to it now. Yeah.
You've really gotten it going in this tournament. You've been one of the best players in this tournament. What's changed for you over the course of the last couple games?
Like you said, I don't know. Like I think because I care so much about winning, and because I care so I care so much about UConn, the place I'm playing for. Like I don't want to let them down. So that's why every time I have a chance to make them happy, make UConn fan happy. Like I try to do my best to make them happy. If it's just winning, if it's just doing that's what I'm like. That's my mind. That's what I always give 100%. So I can make some UConn fan happy and make my teammates happy, and especially make coach happy. But if that's by playing great and win, yeah.
If I would have told you at the end of that when you lost 6 out of 8 games, right, that you guys would be right here, one win away from would you have believed me? Would you have bought that?
I would not. I would not believe it. I would be like, because shit was going bad. You know what I mean? But we have to find a way to figure. We have to find a way to figure it out. You know what I mean? We have to find a way. We're not playing the way we were playing before. We gotta find a way to play the same way we were doing at the beginning of the season. After that, everybody understand it. People start coming, go back to the gym, work on the game, work on the game, and do individual stuff. And we were able to come back and win I think eight out of last 10 games. We were 8 out of
a lot. You've won a lot. You've won a lot.
Yeah. So we had to change our mindset. Yeah.
So how did it? Is it just more confidence? You playing harder? Is it just you finally started winning some games and you realize, hey, you know what? We're still UConn.
We say UConn. We just lose sometimes in the season every team do they lose that they track a little bit. That happened to us, but we lose our track a little bit. We do it happened. We just have to do something about it. Which was go back to the gym. Taking coaching more serious. There's nothing wrong with us. We do this we were doing good in December, January. We were not doing good. So we just we just kind of figured out a way to be the same thing we were in back a couple of weeks ago. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Last thing I got for you. When Jordan is shooting the way that he's shooting in this game,
nobody can stop us. If Jordan shoot like that, nobody can stop us. Because you know what I mean? They have to worry about Jordan, they have to worry about Andre, they have to worry about me, they have to worry about a lot of guys. So they're going to stop us. No way.
Well, listen, UConn is one win away from the Final Four. Adama Sanogo, appreciate your time, man.
No problem.
Today's episode is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, the easiest place to play college basketball pick'em, where you can get a little extra sweat during March Madness and win real cash prizes simply by picking player stats in this weekend's games. In pick'em, all you do is predict whether a player will go higher or lower on Underdog's projected totals, whether that's points, rebounds, whatever. For example, if you're like me and you think Zach Edey is going to go nuts in this tournament, pick higher on his points projection, add up to 4 more picks, and if you hit them all, you can win 20 times your money on a single game. Underdog's slick mobile app is easy enough that dummies like Jeff Goodman have even figured it out. So go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download the app and use the code FIELD, FIELD, and Underdog will match your deposit up to $100. Now is the time to get in on the madness. So remember, UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code FIELD. Is the best. I love his energy. Hard dude to understand when he gets rolling. Hard dude to understand when he gets rolling. My man talks fast, but he's the best.
Great kid.
Kid. Speaking of Adama, speaking of the big guys, you mentioned going from Klingon from Sanogo to Klingon. The thing that makes it so difficult in my mind is that when Sanogo's out there, you play one way defensively and offensively, right? You're throwing the ball to him on the post. You got that pivot down there.
Yeah.
He's hedging hard on all ball screens. He's blowing stuff up. You have the taggers just standing in the middle right under the basket.
Yeah.
They play one way when Adama Sanogo's on the floor. When Klingon's on the floor, they're setting ball screens and trying to get him rolling to the lane, throwing lobs. Defensively, he's playing everything drop, and all of a sudden you have this massive rim protector. around the basket.
Makes it hard for other
You
teams.
you basically
And it's
have
still
to,
a hard shot over 7-2.
yeah.
Like,
You
little
have to
15
you have to prepare for basically two different teams every time you play them and two different styles of play, which is like that's not a normal thing, right?
No, and not only that, like their wings too. Hassan Diarra is not the same kind of guy that Tristan Newton is. Joey Calcaterra is not the same as Andre Jackson is. And I asked Muss after the game, I was like, the thing that impresses me so much about this UConn team, and I'm bouncing around here and I'm sorry, but their physicality. And I asked Muss, I was like, how do they compare to some other SEC teams? You play Kentucky with Sheeb, you play Tennessee, how physical they are. How do they compare? He said, well, they're not as physical, quite as physical as Tennessee. He said, but their pieces fit together so much better. And Tristan Newton today, they try to get up there and pressure him. They send Jordan Walsh all the way full court to pressure him. And he calmly gets rid of the ball, goes back and gets it, knocks down a three. They try it one more possession, does the same thing. Comes to knock down a three from the top of the key, knocks that down. They have to back off because you can't just continue to let that happen, especially when he's hitting shots. I mean, they're good.
They're not reliant. Like, again, we go back to some of the Big Ten teams, and they're reliant on their bigs defensively.
Good point, yeah.
UConn isn't a reliant. Like, they don't have to play Klingon. They don't have to. They could play Sanogo 30 minutes if they like the matchup.
Right.
They could play Klingon 22 minutes, 25 minutes if they like that matchup. There is so much versatility with this team, and it starts obviously with their bigs because Sanogo opens things up for everybody else, right?
And I talked to, when you talk about different types of offenses and what they do, I talked to Tom Moore, assistant coach Tom Moore, after the game, and you were there, but UConn makes the next right play. Like, it sounds like an easy thing, but a lot of people or a lot of teams, if they don't get the ball when they cut out and people are denied, they still try to battle it. No, not with UConn.
Move the ball.
They move the ball, and if the guy's not open, they get out quick.
Right.
So the next right play is something they do as good as or better than anybody in college basketball, especially among the teams
helps
less.
them because they don't have a true point guard.
Exactly right.
Everybody else makes up for that,
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
That's a
absolutely.
that's a huge thing for them.
And they're also just brutal to have to defend for 30 seconds because they will run their offense for 30 seconds if they need to.
Their pace away from the basketball is
Jordan Hall,
mind-blowing.
he doesn't get tired.
No.
I remember hearing a stat about Rip Hamilton that he used to sit the treadmill on like 12 and put the incline up, and he would run 5-minute miles on like a 3% incline.
Was he
at like
6'7",
12.
160 pounds?
And Jordan Hawkins trains with him and works out with him, right?
He looks the same. And
He walked into a couple today. He had some wide open ones.
Yes,
He did.
So they're not taking away
But
from
I mean,
it. but
that's honestly, look, that
But
is
the beauty with him is you've got a guy who I know everybody's saying this early in the year, and I don't believe it. I still think he's pretty good off the bounce. Like
I do too.
to me, it was like right. We're never saying
he
gotten
added
better.
that. He
He's
added
gotten
that to
better.
his game.
Right.
He added that to his game.
yeah, because to me now
The issue was he was just so thin that if he tried to drive, you could just knock him off his line and he couldn't get there.
He's still
now,
thin, but
Now he's thin, but he's gotten stronger.
Yeah.
Well, that and he's
again,
learned to
Rip's
get
thin.
he can
Ray
play-
Allen's thin. A lot of those former UConn wings are thin.
Yeah, that's right. And he can play off his jump shot too. So one dribble, you can get a little hesitation. People have to still get up. That's the only way. That's the only way I could score.